Alright. Hi everybody. So I have this really cool RC car. It's called TT-02. And I also like drift, so I turned it into a drift car. So I also like origami, so I decided to make an origami drift chassis. Here it is. It also has steering. And this one's a really small one because I ran out of big foil. So I'm going to teach with a square sheet of paper. It doesn't really matter which side you start on. And if you want to make it, then here it goes. Alright, let's start on any side up and then fold in half, like this. Turn over, and let's fold one of these flaps to the center or to the top edge. Turn over and do the same. Let's unfold all of this and then fold in half the other way. And now let's fold down just like we did before. Turn over and do the same. Make really precise folds and pretty sharply. Let's unfold all of this. Refold these. And then take one of these edges and then fold it to the top. Right now we're going to make a 16 by 16 grid. And now let's unfold from the center. Reverse the center. And then fold up. It doesn't really matter which way you do it. As long as you can make a 16 by 16 grid, you'll be good. Let's unfold that. And do the same thing this way. So let's refold all our zigzags. and then unfold. Now here we have an 8x8 grid, but we want to turn it into a 16x16. So let's take this bottom edge and then fold it up to the first crease. And we're basically splitting all our grids in half. Turn over and do the same. Now let's unfold the top, and then unfold the bottom, and let's fold the bottom. So here we have one of these, the next one, and another one. Let's fold to this one. And then keep going upwards. And then finally fold to here. Unfold, turn over, and let's do the same thing, but here. Now we have to do the same thing, but on the other way. So let's first flatten the paper out. Flatten it any way you like. I'm just going to flatten it by refolding our 8x8 on this side. And then now let's resume with folding the 16x16 grid. So fold this edge to the top. Turn over and do the same. Alright, flatten out, and here you have your 16x16 grid. Now, if you still remember your center creases, let's fold it in half. Then fold in half the other way. Alright. So find your center. And since we have so much grids, it's going to be hard to keep track. So I'm going to use a pencil to draw out my center, which is right here. Alright, now let's fold all the corners to the center. Let's unfold. And then now, let's zigzag the entire way up, using the creases we already have. And then stop when you hit the center. And flatten out like this. Alright. Now, let's open up on one of these. And then pleat it all the way to this corner. And then sink it in. Like this. And I'll repeat it here so you can see it. Alright, so let's open up, fold here, poke right here from the bottom. Just poke. And then poke on every other. And then poke on these two. And then poke right there. And then let's sharpen this corner. And then sink it in. Now let's do the same thing here. Alright, so now we have all our axles and wheels. Now that we have that, let's pull two apart and keep pulling until we get this. And let's fold this part backwards. Let's turn over and then pinch on these two corners, bring them together. And then let's release the flap here and close it in the other way. And do the same thing here. Let's repeat here. just like that. Alright, now let's turn over and then flatten these out. And then now let's work on the back of the car. So you want to do is here is where we have the flap. And it's going to be right here. And then we want to make a crease that goes from here to here. This will make this back part. Let's do the same thing here. From this point to this point. And then now let's fold both at the same time. And then grab here. And then make a crease that splits these two grids in half like that. Now when we fold both at the same time, we can use this crease and push the sides in. Just like that. And let's just reorientate the axles so that they're straight. Now, for the front, we want to again make the crease that runs through the center here. And then this time, we're going to make a point here, just like we did at the front. But we're going to land our new point right here. Same thing here. 1, 2, 3 to the new place. And let's fold both at the same time. And then straighten the axles. Just like that. Now we can raise these up. On our drift chassis toy, normally these are for like attaching the body. Now before we worry about this, let's first work on the wheels. So we want to make a crease that goes between these 2 points. So let's fold. Here, I crease sharply. And open up. As you can see, we're making this crease go between the 2 points. And then I'll close these up and flatten the wheel. Here we have one. Let's hold this point down and round out the edges. Let's do the same thing here. So here we finished the back of our chassis. Now let's work on the front. We just do the same thing. Now we can just pinch together these body mounts. That. And then for the steering at the front, you want to bend over here. And then do it this way. And then kind of play with it. Same thing here. Just like that. And if you want, you can actually pinch together these to make them thinner. But I'm good with it just like this. And there you have it. It's our drift chassis. And then maybe further in the future, I'm going to teach a body for this. So, stay tuned.